This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hello everybody, welcome to the GenCon wrap-up, and we're going to be talking about the winners from GenCon Online. Who did the best? Who stood out? Who was shocking? Who did things that really stood out in this very difficult, and let's be honest, this is a difficult time, and this was a difficult thing to pull off. Hats off to the people at GenCon for attempting this and doing this. You got to give them all the credit in the world for getting something like this together during what has been unprecedented times, but we don't need to talk about that. We just want to talk about the things that came out of GenCon, some of the things that we just went and sat back in our chairs and just marveled. Some of the things that I really took from GenCon Online was the small publisher was a real winner in this. And here's why I'm going to say this. And this is nothing against GenCon or conventions in general, but when they have to go around and, you know, weekend after weekend, hotels, travel, getting their stuff out there, booths, yes, you get a lot of press, okay, but the cost and the overhead of this is absolutely insurmountable. I've talked to some people and they've said, hey, you know, I played a great deal of money and I would have to sell X many games to make up what I did, but I have to do it to get my game out there in hopes that I would do it. Well, with this type of format, it really helps the small publisher. And I really think that the real winner of this was the small publisher as well as the big publisher, because they're expending bringing teams and these unbelievable booths that are over the top. They turned out to be a winner out of this as well. So it was a win-win in a lot of ways, but nothing makes up for being there, being able to touch the product, talk with the people, you know, and really get a feel of GenCon, Origins, and all the other type of conventions. But I will tell you this much: the job that was done was absolutely fantastic, and I really feel that some of these companies that really took this seriously got their message across, and boy did they get their message across. One company, I'm going to give you a couple of companies that I really think did very well. Pandasaurus I thought was great. I thought Restoration did a fine job. I thought it was okay. Steamforge Games really did a nice job. And some of the with their State of the Union, more or less, what really got me was what they're doing for God Tier. Dark Souls, phenomenal job. They're continuing that. I love Dark Souls. Devil May Cry really stood out for me. Devil May Cry was a game that I knew not too much about, that really stood out for me. So Steamforge really looked strong out of this. Cool Mini or Not, another fantastic job. I love what Eric Lang did with Marvel United and getting everybody together and really talking about how Marvel is going to be backing this and really are behind it and have long-term plans for Marvel United. That's a very exciting thing for everyone, and I have to admit I'm very excited about it as well. And of course, how can we not forget Massive Darkness too, and how that's going to interact with the old one and make a lot of improvements over, you know, they listen over some of the things that people not complained about, but you know, some of the hang-ups that it may have, they improved upon it, and I really think this is going to be very exciting. I think it's Hellspawn. I want to say it's Hellspawn. I can be wrong. If I am, sorry. But either way, I'm really looking forward to Massive Darkness 2 Kickstarter that is coming very, very, very soon. The Seven Wonders, a new reskin of that, was exciting to see. The game. The game's very, very good. I really love that game. I don't get a chance to play that as much as I would like to, but I found that I was interested in it, and I found that very interesting. Another thing that really stood out for me was Pazio talking about some of the things that they're going to be doing for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. While I was excited about that, I was kind of disappointed that they said nothing about the card game, which I think is pretty much maybe on the back burner. After they came out with the 2nd edition last year, I really was hoping to hear some news about that. Czech Games was very, very solid in their presentation of things. I think it's Under the Fallen Sky looks phenomenal and something I'm very, very interested in. The two that really stood out for me, the two that stood out and I think really took advantage of this situation was Fantasy Flight, which I'm going to talk about first, and then I'm going to talk about who I really thought stole this show and did a phenomenal job. I really like what Fantasy Flight did. I thought their in-flight report was the best that they ever did. It was phenomenal. With Twilight Imperium expansion, which looks phenomenal. I mean, outstanding, beautiful, everything that you could possibly want. The upgrades to Armada, I think, is fantastic. Some of the things that they're doing with Legion, even though I'm not a Legion player, I could see where you'd be excited, but I felt that was the weakest part of their whole presentation. The new X-Men game looks fantastic. What they're doing with Marvel Champions, how much they're backing that and doing a phenomenal job about this. I've talked a lot about it on Saturday, but the way they stole the show was the last 43 seconds of that thing when they broke out that box of Descent. And the thing about the new Descent, it has nothing to, the Stadlers are gone, okay? Stadler brothers are gone, okay? Corey's not a part of it either. They have new designers doing it, and if you noticed on the box, it said Act 1, Act 1, which means that they are going to be doing more than one box set of this going forward. So it looks like their commitment is back to Descent, and I can't wait for it. The box looks huge. It's a reimagination of it. I think it's going to be complete. I don't even think it's going to be a 3rd edition as much as it is going to be a whole new feel of it. It'll be a 3rd edition, but I think a new feel with new designers, and I am really looking forward to that. But oh my goodness, the people that absolutely stole this show were none other than Chip Theory Games. Their commitment from the start to the very end, they took advantage of all the time and everything that they can do from their studio, and they had it planned out. And I'm telling you, if you did not get a chance to see it, you really need to take some time and really take a look at what Chip Theory Games did. From showing off Too Many Bones, playing live, Cloudspire, their whole line of games, then their fantastic auction, okay, going through their new game that they have out right now, Splice and Dice, which is part of Too Many Bones, of course, doing Undertow, just encompassing everything. And then Burn Cycle, all right, the Kickstarter that is coming, okay, unbelievable. Unbelievable what they have coming, the way they handled it, how professional it was, with Josh, Shannon, everybody that participated handled it and kept everybody involved. Okay, kept people involved, and I thought it was they stole the show without a doubt. And then the people that they had on, okay, the very important people, Liz Davison with her fantastic segment, okay, she was spectacular as always. And then my man from over the ocean, Ricky Royal, and his time with Hoppamocklis. I'm going to butcher that word, sorry, but what he was able to do and how he did things and how great he is, really did a phenomenal job. This company, I'll tell you, if you don't play any of their, I've never played a bad game from them. I think they are fantastic. They are the best in the business out there, doing a phenomenal job. And all their games are in my top 20 of all time, without a doubt. Okay, I absolutely love everything that they do. Cloudspire, another phenomenal experience, and how they went about that. Just really good. And just having guest stars, like I said, like Liz Davison, and then, you know, Ricky Royal, you know, the best in the business. I love everything Ricky does, and he just complements Chip Theory Games so well. And you could see why they had him do something there, because there's just this inviting feeling when you sat there. And just the entire time, all the work that entire staff did at Chip Theory's Games, I really enjoyed my weekend when I was able to pop in. That's where I was going, and what a wonderful job. And let's not forget Board Game Geek. Their coverage was absolutely fantastic, as in, you know, being able to do what they were doing under just unusual circumstances and still giving you the same quality, the same feel they do every year from GenCon, Origins, and anything else they do. Hats off to Aldi and everybody and the crew over there. What a wonderful job. Was GenCon Online a success? Well, I guess in time we'll see. Okay, is this the new way that we go? It may be, we may be forced to, but if we have to, will they improve upon it? Of course they will, and they'll do a wonderful job. I'll tell you this much, and there were just so many games I couldn't spend the time here to tell you half the stuff. You know, there were things I didn't even get a chance to talk about. The new Swords and Sorcery from Ares Games that we're really looking forward to. And a ton of other games that are coming out. But these are the things that I really thought were the wins, and that people put the maximum effort to present, to bring to you, to show to you, and give you that feel. If you couldn't be at Gen Con this year, and even though it was canceled, they gave you the feel of what it's like to be at Gen Con. And these people really encompass it, because they put everything they had into it, and they made this successful. So hats off to everyone. Boy, we've got some exciting months ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to it. So get ready, folks. The onslaught of new games are going to be coming. Only a lot later than we thought, but they're coming. And it's a good time to be a gamer, okay? Exciting time to be a gamer. Don't lose your enthusiasm due to everything that's going on. We will get through this together, and we will be fine. And hey, the stuff's coming out soon, and we will have it to our table, and we'll all get to spend time together sooner than you think. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob saying, we will see you soon. Thanks for watching.